Welcome, kindred spirit, to Cultivate Life. I'm Diane Armstrong, a nomad for the past 5 years, traveling across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico with my inseparable but not insufferable sidekick, Imogene. She is 7-pound Chihuahua rescue mix, and right now she is inside playing with Bear. And so every once in a while you might hear her doing a little yip. But that's just usually what she does when I start filming. And eventually she settles down. So thanks for sticking with me. Over the years, I've found comfort and guidance in the quotes, sayings, and questions that stop me in my tracks. Those little nuggets of wisdom that seem to appear just when we need them most. And I'm sure you have some too. These words have helped me navigate uncertainty, refocus my perspective, and find meaning in the everyday. It's this treasure trove of wisdom that I'm excited to share with you. But there's a twist. Instead of drawing from quotes attributed to notable figures in history, I'm sharing the words of people I've met along my path. Most of these individuals you'll never know, but their insights made a difference in my life, and perhaps they'll do the same for you. Today, I want to share a little bit about my journey, a lesson that completely flipped my perspective on routine, boredom, and mastery. It starts with my own story and takes a turn through a movie that changed how I see things. So first, a little about me. I've always craved routine until I actually have it. Once I feel like I've learned enough about a topic, a job, or even a hobby, there's this pull to move on. It's like my brain says, okay, what's next to learn? Yeah. And that's that constant curiosity that has shaped my life. For example, I was terrible at job interviews, just couldn't do them, which eventually nudged me towards self-employment in my mid-20s. I decided it was time to learn life my way, and honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. Over the years, I've built businesses, completed many college courses relevant to my work without regard to earning a certificate, explored countless interests, and gained a lot of confidence from seeing how all these different experiences connect. But here's where things got tricky. Because I'm wired to always look to learning the next thing, I've had moments where I've asked, why haven't things changed by now? It's like I wait for the work I'm doing to suddenly feel exciting again. And when it doesn't, the temptation to walk away is pretty great. And then one day, I watched Jiro Dreams of Sushi. For anyone who hasn't seen it, this documentary follows Jiro Uno, an 85-year-old sushi chef who owns a tiny restaurant in a Tokyo subway station. His place has 3 Michelin stars, and he's considered one of the best sushi chefs in the world. But what really struck me was how Jiro thrives on routine. Every single day, he's doing the same thing, perfecting the same craft. And instead of getting bored or restless, he goes deeper. When Jiro feels uninspired, he doesn't look for something new to learn. He stays put. He refines his process. He finds excitement in the tiniest details, like the temperature of rice or the way fish is cut. That movie pinged me because it's the opposite of how I've always operated. It made me realize sometimes the answer isn't to move on, it's to dig in, to stay curious about what's already in front of me. Now, before I go any further, I want to add a gentle note. This perspective isn't meant to suggest that anyone should stay in a situation that is unsafe or unhealthy. If leaving is what's best for you, trust that instinct. This is about rethinking how we approach those moments when we feel stuck, but safe. When we're ready to quit something simply because it feels familiar or unexciting. So how does all this tie back to show me something I've never seen before? For a long time, I thought that phrase meant chasing novelty, finding new places, new ideas, new experiences. But now, I see it differently. What if seeing isn't just about our eyes? What if it's an invitation to experience something new with any of our senses? To notice a subtle texture we've never felt, a faint sound we've overlooked, a hidden flavor we've missed, a scent that's gone unexamined, or even an intuitive nudge that finally finds a way to bubble up. Sometimes it's not about looking harder, but listening more closely, tasting more thoughtfully, or simply being open to the sensations we hadn't fully explored. Here are 3 reflections on this idea. Number 1, curiosity isn't just about newness. Jiro's story shows that curiosity doesn't fade just because something feels routine. Instead of walking away when we're bored, we can ask, what haven't I explored yet? What details am I missing? Number 2, routine can be a gateway to mastery. Routine doesn't have to mean monotony. It can create space to notice subtle things, small adjustments or improvements that make a big difference over time. And number 3, my favorite number, balance novelty with depth. There's nothing wrong with seeking newness. It's shaped who I am, and it's a natural part of growth. But Jiro's story reminds us that staying put can be just as rewarding if you approach it with a conscious perspective. So until we meet again, here's the invitation from me to you. The next time you feel bored, stuck, or ready to move on, pause. Take stock of where you are, and instead of leaving, ask, show me something I've never seen before, and then look for it. Be prepared and surprised by what sprouts. Let us know in the comments what you find. And if this video sparked a new way of thinking, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe. It really, really helps. And also hit that notification bell so that you can know when I upload new content. For those of you who want to go deeper, join the Cultivate Life community as a YouTube member or on patreon.com. I'm always looking for new ways to give your support forward. New in 2025, members enjoy first access to all content 3 days before it's published publicly. I've also recently published a foundational, self-guided exercise called Cultivating Core Values, designed to help us live with intention and purpose. This exercise sparked profound changes in my own life over 20 years ago and became a staple workshop in my Sticks and Bricks mentoring practice before I embraced nomadic living. So I feel especially happy to offer this to the ever-expanding Cultivate Life community portal. Here, you'll find support in applying what you've learned, a space to voice your challenges, and most importantly, a chance to celebrate your growth. It's a more intimate environment where we can all connect, share, and truly bloom. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, let's keep cultivating a life filled with meaning, wonder, and connection. Thanks for watching, and see you down the path.